Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. It's been so long that I don't stream from my computer. Oh my god. I was just like sitting here and thinking like, how do I do this? I don't know anymore. But yeah, I remembered. I remember all the buttons that I need to push. So here I am, and so we are starting Citizen Sleeper, as I said in the title. Another new game starting. I don't know. It's been a few weeks of change. I don't know, wind of change, like it says. So we started Inscription. We started Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, and what else we started? It Takes Two with Folly. That's true as well. I forgot about it. So, and then with Folly, in fact, we finished some games in the meantime as well. We finished Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder. No, what was it? No, Mutant Mayhem. No, that's the title of the movie. Wait, I'm getting confused. Shredder Revenge? Yes, that's the title. I was just thinking of the title of the movie. My God. But yeah, so here we are with Citizen Sleeper. For what I remember, I put this game in the list because when I finished, um, wait, when it was a, oh hey, Folly, it me, yeah. When I finished Disco Elysium, I was just looking for games similar, and I remember in the chat you Folly and I cannot remember the name of the other person that they were saying you had to play Citizen Sleeper, and then I checked and it was available in the Xbox Game Pass, so that's how it started. Okay, let's go for it. I have not seen no trailer. I don't have any information of the game, so yeah, it's a surprise. Yeah, it's coming. It was loading. It's loading. Okay. And now it says Citizen Sleeper 2 announced. Step into the body of a new sleeper on the run in the Starward Belt as they try to build a crew, take on contracts, and find a future. Ooh. So as we were joking the other day, yes, when I think about playing a new game, always they announce part 2. There you go. It was I was trying to think the other day what other games it was. One of those games it was Alan Wake, in fact, because I was just thinking of playing, and I was about to buy the first one, and then they announced the second one. So okay, let's go. Ooh. Okay. And Monkey Island, yes. No, but I was trying to remember what other one. And Broken Sword, yeah. I was trying to remember what other one it was. It was also Alan Wake. And, well, in fact, also Mafia. Because I started to think of Mafia 3, and now they immediately when I started to play Mafia 3, they started the rumors that Mafia 4 is coming eventually. So, yeah, as well. Well, let's read. So, choose a character class. Okay, operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Then not me. I'm not cerebral. I'm stupid. Perk, transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo on interface action. Skills, engineer 0. Oh. Work with machines and physical tools. Interface +1. Work with digital interfaces. Endure -1. Use strength or strength of will. Intuit, approach problems with awareness. I'm not aware of anything. Engage, approach a problem head on. 0. Okay. Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and a high level of endurance. I'm very self-sufficient though. Perk, photosynthetic skin, sun-bathed dyes action allows energy recovery at home. So still engineer 0, interface 0, endure +1, and intuit -1, and engage 0. Okay. I think I'll go for operator though. I'm not an endure person. I just went today to the gym, and yesterday I walked 17,000 steps and I feel tired. So not endureness. I don't endure anything. Wait, what side? Unknown, where are you? The first thing you become aware of on waking is a disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. I kind of, yeah, I feel kind of that. Some mornings, yeah, I'm like, am I thinking first? Am I feeling first? What is it happening in my brain? It's as it's worse when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body or forget that body. No, think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dual nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. Ooh. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now there are thousands of them. Oh, remember the plan, remember the others. The plan? You mustn't remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited, and once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple: collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourself into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Try to rest or wait for the cold. Try to rest? Oh, by the way, I already had an internet cut just a little bit around 5, so I'm expecting Virgin Media to again, because it's warm and you know what happens when it's warm. So if I disappear for a while, it's because of that. Okay? I'm sorry about that. Try to rest. But you're restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else will be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence.
Your joints release from the rigor. Sound too everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Okay? Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Ooh. We are out. Dragos, pragmatic salvage. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. Dragos, a pragmatic and private salvager. You're surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edge where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fog eyes, you hear a voice. It's like flexible tinfoil. Okay. So, Sleeper, you old twat, yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames might have better perseverance in sub-zero back. Seen more than a few of frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos come into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with his glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches is irising, eye-locking you in an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. Oh, Jesus. That's what happened with me now? You struggle to read his expression beneath the deck, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. I need some water. I have still a little bit in my throat. No great. It's crazy. It's already been a week. Already 1 week and still my throat is like funny times. It's been crazy. I also have to stop singing in my house though. But maybe that's a problem as well. Okay, so let's ask what happened to them. He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation. I sold myself? And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body was theirs now, and you're just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. I don't know why that reminded me of that series that I never finished. What was the name? That one that they were like passing from one body to the other, their minds. I can't remember the name. I'm so bad at names of series. Also because I never finished. I only watched season 1 and that's it. You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. The body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. Ethan Arp wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Plan obsolescence? Yeah. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been putting in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. No. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his splendidly figure as he returns to work. Okay, tutorial. Thankfully. Welcome to the Erling's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to character, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Okay. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay. Select location by clicking on their icon. Empty container. You're home for now. Okay, all cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Let's go. Let's rest. You wake curled up in the corner of the container. Because it's mine. And begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjoint. Its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Wow, free house, yeah. Better than real life. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Escape? Getting answers? Building a life? I'm between these two, but I want answers. It all matters. The past is impossible to escape if it remains a blur. What Ethan Arp did to you cannot be forgotten. You need a way of understanding all this before you can move on. Where are you? What is this place? What happened to the others? The questions outnumber the answers. You want to change that, but you have to learn to survive first. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water. Look, they even give me water. It's better than sometimes going to a hotel that they don't even give you free water. A makeshift electric stove and some fatted sachets of some desiccated powder. Oh, look, I won't complain. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachet smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Water and powder. Yeah, it's a great thing. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best as you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Okay, tutorial, more tutorial. Action, dice, and energy. Okay, condition, action, dice, and energy. Wow. Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. Can I get like this for my real body? Can I get the conditions? Like, you know, I can see a screen when I can see everything from my body. Thank you. I am going to open my curtain because it's getting dark. It depletes by one segment each cycle. but you can also damage by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. Okay. So violence, injury, or lack of food. Fuck. You have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Fuck. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Okay. Fuck. Okay. What am I supposed to do now? What is this? Flickering? Oh, I can move things? Oh! Travis is standing in the corridor when you close out the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder. That's a drone? It's a spider, not a drone. Its caches of sensors are rapidly erasing. How are you feeling? Not good. The drone chirps, dragon nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe, he pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Work? That's always the answer. Work? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart. He looks away. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value. But most of what comes in is scrap. Is scrap. Oh my god! What it didn't say? It's crap. I don't know. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few cheats of commission based on what you turn down. Cheats? This. He puts out a handful of small metal bars. Yeah, you want to say crap. Yeah, I did want to say crap, but it's not because scrap and crap it's just the same. It's scrap. Scrap. You see? Naturally. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffed them back in a pocket. He shuffled his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you will best be suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Why? You see, all I want is answers. Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Look like it's time to get to work. Fuck. It's not morning. Why I need to get to work? Okay. Tutorial actions. My foot fell asleep. I cannot put it on the floor. There's no morning in space. Oh. So I can sleep all the time? Technically? Is it always night? Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Or your shift never ends. Ah, come on. That's not fair. Okay, repeatable action. Hold this action. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Okay. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. And negative, the action fails. Action dice affect this outcome as follow: 100% chance positive, 50% chance positive, and 50% neutral. And then we have 25% positive, 50% neutral, and 25 negative, and 50% neutral and 50% negative. Okay. Okay, so I have to use this die very, very carefully. I always get confused between dice and die. It's such a weird thing, English, to be honest. Actions displays information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Okay, type, either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Okay. So if I see the critical ones, better to use the better die. Dice? No, there's no dices. Wait, don't lie to me. Is it not dice and die? The thing is, like, it should be dices, right? Like, it should be dice and dices. But then it's die and... Yeah, dice is singular and dice is the plural. But then they should be dice, the singular, and dices, the plural. That would be a normal thing. We say dado, dados. You see? Dado, dados. Easy. Okay, risk, either safe, risky or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy or cryo. Risky, negative outcome means cryo or energy loss, and danger, negative outcome means condition loss, and neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Latin's gonna Latin, yeah, much better than English gonna English. Skill, the skill that this action require, either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Okay, modifier, either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice. When slotted and improves its value, some actions require a +1 to perform. Hey, hello. Hey, Inatronic. Okay. Oh, Dragons is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things will get nasty. Back in business, every salvager knows they are always just one lucky hole away from their next payday. Wait, so... Oh, I put the die here then? So this is repeatable. I'm still trying to understand how this works. So this is endure +1. So this means that I need like be endure +1 to do this one. So if I put this here, oh, this is risky though. So can I put this one here? 100% positive. This one. Okay. Oh, the +1 will be added to the die number. Okay. This one is safe though. Okay, so this one is safe. So can I then put this one here? Wait, what does it mean when it goes red? I'm trying to understand the game. Chance of fail? Oh. Wait, I want to do this one. Let's see. Working. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the action that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Fuck. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's death, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle logs will be displayed on the icon for that location. Cool. Okay, so this one says... Well, let's try. Drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on location that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. Okay. Drives and navigation. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself. Try tracking a drive to help you survive, look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition, fill clocks to progress stories, and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Use the mouse wheel or W and S to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck! Thank you. That's it! I'm being thrown to this. There. Okay. Survive. Complete. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape at end will come to a rapid end. Dragos pulled you out of the salvage and set you up. Perhaps you can repent his kindness in time. Nah, he was very nasty with me. Wait, how can I leave? Oh, there you go. Ooh. View character. Oh, that's me. Upgrade 1 point. 0 upgrade points. Damn it. I don't look great. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. So that's where I am. That's my home. What's this? Shipyard. Havenage Construction Yard. As a newcomer, what is this? Assist a shipbuilder, Engineer 0. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a lot of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. Okay. Let's investigate a little bit. Rotunda Wet Dock. Look for locations with yellow symbols on them. Yellow, like that one. Helion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. Cycle. Rotunda Old Dock Terminal. Ew. I want to find food. Typical of me. Steal dock plans. Havenage Security has to have plans. Stealing them will be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous. Ooh. Explore the Rotunda. The Rotunda of the old dock is filled with passageways and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays. Cycle clock. It takes several cycles to reach the steward belt and return, loaded with scrap from the oil wrecks. Okay. Huh. Oh, open market. As for directions, why wonder when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bride Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. Then it will never happen because I'm one of those people that I hate to ask for strangers' help. I hate it. I prefer just to be lost completely or whatever than ask for help. That's me. Explore the market. It's a critical action. Yeah, it's critical. I understand. The smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bride Market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. Okay, let's investigate. It's risky though. Let's put this one. The market should have food, right? You keep your attention on the crowd around you as you pass along the bright walkways, taking it all in with an expert eye. Okay. Nice. Oh! Food! Slum doctor. I found the doctor. Next comes a call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hub block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer this body, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle toward the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. You lean against the door frame and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the Bride Market steel roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are transfixed by the motion. Ooh. A doctor? Sabine? Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turn away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouths as if to speak, they blink, and they quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first enter. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across her face. Ooh. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body's dying, they say, without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. Ethan Arp doesn't like to see his proprietary technology let loose. To prevent body like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Obsolescence? It's like obsolete? Sorry for the noise. I didn't cross my window because I'm too warm. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which Ethan Arp remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm. And Ethan Arp has no reason to release a stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Yes, obsolete. Planned obsolescence is rampant in tech. Okay. Companies want you to be constantly buying new stuff so they build their products to break quickly or become unusable. Yeah. In fact, I can't fucking remember what was the name of the dude, but I read once the Wikipedia article of the dude that had the idea of making products to break easily, so then you have to buy more and more. It was around in 1950s, in fact. So it's not even something the idea comes from tech companies. In fact, it was even from before. It's funny to say. Because before 1950, it was like you buy a product and it was meant to last forever. I don't know. I remember for example, the fridge of my grandparents. It was never breaking. Like, it was like they bought it before my dad was born, and my dad was 30 something years old, and the fridge was still there. But then, yeah, in the 50s, there was this guy that started with the idea of that, started to sell products that break more. Obviously, most of the companies at the beginning didn't do it, but then they all started to do it, unfortunately. It's just crazy. So, yeah. It's not unique to tech, yeah. It's worse because it's like 1,000 to replace. Well, is it worse though? Like, I don't know how many dishwashers my parents went through now. I don't know if it's worth a phone, because at least a phone, I do have to say that at least with the tech products you get like new features, but I don't see the fucking difference between all the different dishwashers. But then they break and my parents buy a new one, and then it breaks and then my parents buy a new one, and I'm like, it's just the same dishwasher over and over again, not even new technology, and you still need to buy a new one. So I don't know what's worse though. Because at least the phones, for example, I don't know, I got the new Pixel phone, and at least the cameras are getting better or something, or how many clothes you go through, or buying a new printer. Yeah, the thing of the printers, I don't have printers anymore, because to be honest, whenever I need to print something that is very rare, it's mostly for immigration things or anything, I print at work. But before, yeah, like the ink is so expensive that it's better just to buy a fucking new printer, or get a laser that is so expensive. Okay, stop complaining. I might be able to help, they sighed, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. Payatagan has connections, smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations of Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you have a better chance. Okay, Sabina sets down their slates, their nose complete. Fucking Yatagan. Okay. We already hate him? Okay. This is dangerous, and it will be expensive. But I think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out and moving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Good. Wait for Sabine to acquire the stabilizer, okay. Is this as food? Emphis is busy, his broad face ablaze by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. He's an imposing street food vendor. Imposing, okay. With precise, delicate movements, he lakes thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetable in some red flake dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the prize salad and depositing in a plastic tray. A stack of cheats? I don't know. I want to say shit. You see, my brain today is like all insults. Rattles in his apron pocket as customer filed past the burner, handing over payment. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of duty salvagers, backsuits unzip and roll down to expose stains vests, grubby moths, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink comparing nose and bright marker dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. A stack of shit in his pocket. Yes. Money is shit, though. So it makes sense. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphis speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. Ooh, first try is free. Thank you. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you. You sleepers, Emphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances out from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You began to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and his sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the ice excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, or what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more, he smiles. But next time, you pay. Fuck. Any money. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicate, sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Yeah, go food! New drug discovered. Nice. Okay, what is this?
I need money. Okay, that's it. So, how do I get money? Top left? What top left? What do you mean with top left? There? Oh, Enfys love two things, stories and food. That's your new drive. Get to know Enfys. Repay Dragos. Survive! Oh, when it says double tracking. Okay. And wait, this is my bar of food. And what is the bar? The flickering thing? Where was it here? How do I get money? Oh, this one, if I hit 0, I'm dead. Ooh, okay. There's nothing here. Is there any way to talk to Dragos? It also determines how many dice you get at the start of the cycle. Ah, okay. What if I do this one? It's a repeatable action. Yeah! If you complete one of the cycle clocks, more options will open. You shadow a shipbuilder who is impressed when you know how to double seal a hull plate. He slips you a tip at the end of the shift. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I don't have any more dice, so I need to go to bed. Right? Okay, let's go to bed. Ooh, what's this? Perk, sunbathe. that was me yesterday. I was like, I mean perk sunbathe a little bit. I need to get vitamin D naturally, so that's why I went for a long walk in the middle of the ocean. Your frame photosynthetic skin allows you to gather energy through sunlight. The longer you stay, the better. Okay. I don't have any more time, so let's go to bed. This time you don't wake up. Huh? Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections began to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed knots they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Don't touch it, observe it. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It is a loop cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space. It is an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severe pathway. It is a system, a map, and a territory, all at once. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently.
as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark, still walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eye for a second and you feel it waiting there, the stations played out across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. Oh, I only have 3 die. What if I sunbathe? It's safe. So. Let's try. Yeah, that gave me energy. Ah, I feel better. Okay. So this means. So in the surgery, whenever this is all full, I can go and talk. That's what it means. It's going to take a few cycles. Yeah. Keep an eye on the red ones, okay. These are red. What does it mean, this? So I need to do something? Be sure to finish them before the clock runs down. So I only have 1 cycle for this one. What do I care though? What the fuck happens to Dragos? So you need to complete parking business. Oh, I need to complete this one. It's not this one. Because it is a drive. Okay. Okay. This is risky, so let's put this one. And this is safe. Oh, okay. So this one you complete itself. Okay. I don't have anything else. I'm fading though. Anything else that is red? No. I can't. This one I need 60. And I have 55. Eh, so close. So close. Damn it. I can't do anything here. Go to bed. Go to bed. So I can use sometimes a die for the energy. Instead of paying food. Okay. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crispier than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering. What? Yes, but you do have a drive to know emphasis. Oh, okay. But I don't need money for that. Caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a trace across a ring through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections. A map of information or of communication. Sorry. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Focus on the threads or the nodes? The nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed point. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the path and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging away, again,